Carol.
All right, Selin Serfati reporting live from the National Mall. Thanks so much. Let's talk more about this. With me now is Deanna Wallace, Staff Counsel for Americans United for Life. Welcome.
Thank you for having me today.
Thanks for being here. I see you're at the march. So is this the moment? Because the crowd appears very energized right now.
It's a very hopeful crowd. This is our moment for many of us that have been in the pro-life movement as a new generation of pro-life activists.
So I'm just saying that, do you think that a victory is very close, or are you hopeful it's close?
I think we have a unique moment in history right now where we have the ability to maybe take the Supreme Court back to a constitutional court where this isn't a political issue, but the legal issue it was always intended to be.
President Trump, you heard he says he has a Supreme Court nominee in mind. Actually, there are 3 he has in his mind. All are George Bush nominees. All are conservative. Are you satisfied with his choices?
We are a legal organization, so we don't comment on potential nominees until they are actually before the Senate Judiciary Committee. We've testified before, and we would definitely look forward to seeing this Trump administration support a nominee and put forth a nominee that would be true to the Constitution, true to the text of the Constitution, and really continue Scalia's legacy of making sure that the Constitution is followed and not political whims.
Gotcha. And I ask you that question because, I was wondering, will one Supreme Court justice be enough for you to achieve your goal of overturning Roe v. Wade? After all, Justices Breyer, Kennedy, Ginsburg, Sotomayor, and Kagan, they threw out health and safety standards for Texas abortion clinics, a move that would have shut them down in Texas. Does that concern you?
I think that we are not saying that one Supreme Court justice would be enough, but we have 4 years with a president who has promised to consider this issue when choosing his Supreme Court justices, and the pro-life movement is sending a message here today that we are paying attention, we are here, and we are expecting President Trump to keep that promise.
Okay, so I'll ask you this question now. So you're at this big rally. So what is the next step? You said you're going to hold Trump's feet to the fire. So is there a plan?
Well, here at Americans United for Life, we have been working with state legislators for many decades on making sure that at the state level we are promoting good legislation that protects both mothers and their unborn infants from the abortion industry. And so we're going to continue to push our legislation to help legislators to protect the mothers and the children in their states so that whenever the Supreme Court's ready to hear this issue again, they have a solid piece of legislation to look at.
And as you well know, pro-abortion rights groups are energized too. You saw those large numbers turn out the day after Inauguration Day, hundreds of thousands of women throughout the country and the world. Are you prepared for that?
We're definitely prepared to educate the nation on what the real issues here are, the humanity of the unborn, the legal status of the unborn. We're not afraid of that discussion. We would encourage that discussion across the nation and states, and that's why we work with the state legislators on all of these issues.
All right, Deanna Wallace, thanks so much for joining me this morning. Still to come in the newsroom, the Department